Hey guys, Andrew Hutchinson here, and today I want to talk about what it's like working in a public library because I think a lot of people still might have the conception that libraries are dark, cold, dusty places where when you walk in, you absolutely can't make a sound, and librarians sit behind the desk ready to shush you if you ever make a move out of turn. And though there might still be some libraries that have that vibe, and it's always, of course, important for libraries to be quiet for its users, most modern public libraries today are not like that. They are loud, they are active, and they are filled with many different amenities that users, or what we librarians call patrons, can use our libraries for. And so I wanted to go into a little bit of detail. So, for instance, my job on a day-to-day basis can somewhat be the same, but normally always differs a little bit. So, whenever I get to work, normally the first thing we do are we check in books and materials that other libraries have sent to us. So, what a really cool feature about libraries today is that a lot of them belong to what are called consortiums, and I probably am going to create a video about this later on. But essentially, a lot of libraries can get into networks within normally their own state where they can send materials back and forth to each other. So my library is part of a consortium with I think over 100 libraries in the state of Colorado. And so if one of our patrons wants something that we don't have, they can request it from another library and it will get sent to us within about a week or two, and then they can check it out at our location. And so we are always sending stuff to other libraries and we are always getting stuff in, which I think is amazing. So normally at the beginning of every day, we check in materials we've received from other libraries, and then we package up materials that are being requested from our library to go other places. Then normally I go to my desk, I check my email, just like most other workers do in this country. And then I have desk time somewhere throughout the day where I'm on the service desk, and that's normally when I'm checking things in and out for people. I'm answering the phones, I'm taking requests to find things, I'm helping library patrons on our computers that they can use, I'm helping people copy things, fax things, laminate things. Honestly, the list can kind of be endless on a given day, but normally I have time where I have to be on the desk, and that's pretty standard for most libraries as well. But when I'm not on the desk, I could pretty much be doing anything. I could be planning a library program, especially, which I'll also go to in another video, that I'm in charge of a lot of our library's programming. I could be updating our calendars. I could be helping someone one-on-one with technology, because a lot of times I'm requested to help people with their iPhones, with their laptops, with learning a skill, even just basic typing. I help people with resumes. I help people prepare for job interviews. And that's kind of a common theme where a lot of librarians, our job is really to serve the public because our library is funded by our community. So really, we always have to ask ourselves, what does our community members need from us? And we have to make ourselves available to them at any given point when we're on the clock. And I know I keep saying this, but I'll probably have another video on this channel where I'm going to talk about what it's like to work with the general public at the library and some tips for handling that, because I think all librarians out there have some stories about working with the general public. But really, it honestly is a gift to be able to serve our community the way we do and to give back in the way we can. When I'm not doing any of the things I just mentioned, I could be running around town putting up advertisements for things going on at our library. I have even gone and helped patrons set up audiobooks in their cars. So really, what I didn't know about getting into library work before I did it is just how much I would be out and about, with the type of skill sets that I would develop having, as well as how much I would interact with the public. So normally it is a very busy job. I'm normally always on my feet, which is something that I love. And so if you're out there thinking about going into library work, I highly recommend it. I think it's fun. There's nothing like when patrons come in and you get to know them day after day, or when you get a phone call and someone asks you a reference question and you have no idea what the answer is, but then you get to try to help them find it. And so it's always keeping you on your toes, and that's something that I find very rewarding about this job. Meanwhile, the whole framework is a very planned and concise thing. And so every day I know at least something of what to expect. I go to the same building, I have the same desk, I work with the same people, and so those are also perks that are really great as well. And anyone watching who hasn't checked in there with their local library in a while, I highly recommend that you do. Normally, your librarians will help you with anything they possibly can. There are computers for you to use that the privacy which is really great, and all of the data is wiped every time you use it. You can print, you can fax, you can get things laminated. We have a makerspace idea lab where people can bring in projects and just work on whatever they want to work on. We have 3D printing that people can learn how to do. We have study rooms that people can use. We have Wi-Fi, and we have chargers that people can use for their phones. We have audiobooks, we have DVDs, we have kits that kids can check out and take home that are all themed about things like bugs, dinosaurs, space. There's a playroom for parents to bring their kids, where we also have free story times and parents can bring their kids so that they can have stories read to them and other sing-along activities and crafts. We have book clubs, we have writers group, we have all sorts of things available to our community members. And so definitely check out your local library. I guarantee you they're trying the best they can with doing outreach for what you need. And as librarians, we also love when community members reach out to us and say, hey, this is something I would love to see going on. So definitely also reach out to your local libraries and let them know what you want to see more of, especially once, because I'm filming this right now as the coronavirus is happening. Once we're back open, I'm sure that'll be a great time for all of us to have a reset and reevaluate and to go into the future and figure out how to serve our communities even more. So I hope this answered some questions about what it's like for a librarian to work at a library, but also what modern public libraries are like. If you're interested in sharing what you love about libraries, feel free to comment down below. Otherwise, feel free to check out more videos on this channel. I hope you're enjoying the content so far. I'm excited to keep creating for this channel. And until then, I'll see you later.